Hey guys, this is Anthony again here with another installment of Here in My Office. Here in My Office 56, I think. Um, I wanted to make a video because we have some new news, and I just got off the phone with a recruiter, and he told me that Citi wants to have an on-site interview with me on Monday. So next, 3 days from now. And the position they have, I talked about it in an earlier video, is the risk and compliance analyst. Um, it requires audit experience and or compliance experience, and it has to do with some large scale initiative they're doing over there that's going to take like a year or more. So it's a 1 year initial contract, and it pays $59 an hour, which, if you do the math, it comes out to like $118,000 a year or something like that. Um, but I think he called me. He called me back and he said that it was a little less than that. So I guess we'll see when I get there. Um, but in my position where I've been unemployed for a year, I'm not going to make a big deal over differences in a few dollars per the hour, just because it would really get me back in the workforce. I've kind of gotten back in the workforce with New York Life, but I hate to say it because I'm studying for this exam. But if I pick up the job at Citi and they can pay me a salary immediately, I'm gonna have to go for that. I'm gonna have to go for where the money is. And the New York Life thing, I fully intend to sit for the exam, so I'll still be a certified life insurance producer, but you know, I'll have that license, and I guess it'll always be an option for me if I need it. But Citi is really where I want to work. Like Citi is a similar company to where I used to work. It's a similar size bank. It's one of the biggest banks in the world, and I look at Citi all the time. And there's a lot of full time roles, like senior risk roles that likely pay in the range of 150, around that $150,000 a year, or maybe even more. So this contract role, while it's not a full time role, at least get my foot in the door. And yeah, so, and also at the same time, I talked to Bank Santander, Banco Santander. Talked to them yesterday, and I've been talking to the recruiter there, and she said that they had a audit professional practices role, and the compensation is roughly what I'm looking at, but it's in Boston, Massachusetts. But of course, given my position, I told them I would consider relocating and all that. So she said, she said she was going to share my information with the recruiters, and see if there's some interest in having me interview there on site. She didn't say that, but I'm not going to take a job without an on site interview. So there's that. That's Santander, and then there's Bank of New York Mellon, which I've had the couple interviews with, and I guess it would be the third round if they want to talk to me any further. BNY Mellon is the one I've been waiting on the longest, because I talked to that lady. I had my call like about a week ago, so we got some time. It's been some time, and they said that they would contact me back this week or next. So, there's that. That role pays the most. So in terms of compensation, the one in Boston, I think, like I said in the last call, they paid 150 to 200, up to 200. So that's good. I'm sorry, Bank of New York Mellon. Bank of New York Mellon is in New York City. Santander is in Boston. So Bank of New York Mellon is the one where I'm getting close, and I've been looking in the tri-state area at houses and things like that. And it's expensive, guys. I'd also be signing up for a lengthy commute if I made the move to New York City. So, but it's the end of October, or maybe is it November 1st now? Yeah, yesterday was Halloween. We had like 5 trick-or-treaters, 5 groups, because it was raining. It was really shitty out. So we had plenty of candy, which was good. And that was what we did yesterday. Okay, so how about this? I'll make another here in my office video when I get some more, when I get word on any of these roles, or when I sit for the exam and pass it, or I don't pass it, God forbid. I'll keep you guys in the loop about that. But I think I mentioned on the last call, maybe not. I passed the life insurance exam, practice exam for the first time. I failed it 3 times, and I passed it once. So I do want to take the practice exam another time, but before I actually go and sit down for the real one. But I think it's about time that I schedule the test and kind of let the guy know that I guess I'm working for. I'm ready for the next steps. So I do that, but at the same time, I'll let him know if this Citi thing pans out. He probably doesn't want me to try to do this part-time, but I don't see why not. It might be too much though, but we'll see. But they say that in being a financial advisor, if you're not in it 100%, you're not going to be successful. So there's part of me that thinks that if I get that job at Citi, that has to be the primary focus, that has to be the only focus. It would be the primary focus because it would be the 9 to 5 that I'm going to every day. But I don't want to get ahead of myself because I've been at this juncture before. I've had on-site interviews and gotten rejected. So I can't operate like I have a job yet, or like I have clients that I'm selling to for life insurance, because I don't. One of my friends, he told me that one of the things they make you do at New York Life, one of the first projects you'll have, is to find 200 people to sell to. And Jock, if you're watching, I'm keeping this in mind. I don't know. I guess it doesn't surprise me because that's the only way you can make money. If you don't have any clients, you're not going to get anywhere. So I would just think I would just focus on LinkedIn. I have about 1,500 LinkedIn contacts, so well over the 200. And I'd want to hit up everybody on there to get a start. Most of those people, a lot of those people know me, like really know me personally. But a lot of times too, especially in the last year while I've been unemployed, I get requests from recruiters and things like that, people who I don't know, but are in the audit space or in risk management or banking, and they look like a good contact for me, so I just accept it. So I will be reaching out to people that I don't know, but that I have a contact with on LinkedIn. So whether or not that tactic will be successful, I don't know. I prefer that tactic much more over friends and family. Friends, I mean, maybe like Facebook friends, I might as well try, but I don't see how you can make a living on selling to your family. It seems like that would be a finite role. You're gonna run out of family. So it's really 3 things going on: New York Life, Banco Santander, and Citigroup now. So, but I've been in this position before. I'm not going to get this time. I've learned from the past. At one time, I had Walmart and Goldman Sachs and M&T, a local bank in Buffalo, all interested in me. at least interested in interviewing me, and it never materialized into a role. So I never got an offer. That could happen again. It could happen again, but at least this time, if that does happen, if I do get rejected on all these jobs, I can keep it up with the New York Life thing, and try to sell insurance like my life depended on it, and that's what I'll do. But there still remains one final conundrum in this whole thing. Say I do get a job and it pays good, but it's here in Buffalo, so the Citigroup job does pan out. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like $20,000 behind on the mortgage, and I'm not going to have that money up front. So there are options. It's a big decision to decide to declare bankruptcy, and but to get me back on my feet to paying the mortgage and having everything be back on track, I'll when the time comes, I'll have to talk to the bank and say, hey, I can pay the mortgage again, but I can't pay all the back money on it. Maybe they can work something out with me. Maybe they could refinance it or something like that. I don't want them to refinance it because it's the interest rate is spectacular. It's like 4.2% or something like that, or 3.8%. It's a really low 30-year fixed interest rate, and I worked really hard to get that. That was back when I had an 850 credit score, when I had my other job and I got this house. So I was really doing well financially. But now, the job would pay all the bills, because we're not even at the point where I can pay the bills, guys. I owe hundreds of dollars to the National Grid for the electric, and the way I've been paying them is like I haven't been paying the electric bill for months after months, and then at least in the past I would get a check for something like an escrow check from work. I mean from the house, and that was what enabled me to pay a lot of back money that I owed on the bills, on the electric bill and the internet bill. They shut the internet off and it came back on. We got it back on. Because the thing is like right now I'm doing Instacart, which pays like $10 maybe $10 an hour. It seems like $10 an hour lately. Like you get a batch that ranges from as little as $5 to $40, but you don't see $40 very often. You don't even see $20 very often. It's mostly $10, $15 for a trip, and you pick up a $10 batch. You got to consider the time it takes to shop it, or it takes to go pick up the bags, deliver it, get it to the customer, and all that, depending on the distance, can really eat up your time. So I go out Instacart with my wife, and I might be lucky to make $30, $40 a day. It's like slave wages. So I'd be making more money per hour with this city job than I make in like literally 2 days of Instacarting. So Instacart, it's great that it exists because it's really the only way to bring money in right now that doesn't require going to a shitty hourly job at some grocery store or something like that where you're actually locked down and have to be there. It at least gives you that flexibility. You work as much as you want to work, but again, the pay is low. And delivering groceries is certainly not what I got an MBA in finance for, or a certified internal auditor. It's well below my pay grade, but desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. So we're hoping the Instacarting thing can come to an end soon. I'm really excited about Citi. I think it would be a good fit, a good role to get into. It's not even a management role, so it's probably low stress. It's probably not as stressful as I used to be. My past job as auditor in charge, it was a quite stressful job, but I did it. And this, considering it pays less and it's not permanent, Hey, whatever. So I'm going to continue studying for my life insurance exam. I'm probably going to call next week to schedule the exam, maybe the exam for next week or the week after that. Give myself some time to take the practice test again. I don't want to take it again because I don't want to fail it again. If I fail it, it makes me feel like I'm not ready to go into the exam. But I got to take it anyway. I just got to do it. Um, all right, so I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna make another video next week, probably early in the week, because I will have gone to Citi at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. So I'll make a video after that interview to let you guys know how it went and see if I think we got a shot there. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more. Thanks.